Good news, y'all. NBA star Ben Bussy Simmons is is considering retirement despite interest from NBA teams. It says we may not see Ben Simmons on an NBA court ever again. On Wednesday, the New York Post's Stephen Bondi reported that the former All-Star is considering retirement. Bondi noted that the Knicks and other teams are interested in Simmons, but the 29-year-old may opt to retire instead. Simmons split between the Nets and the Clippers during the 2024-2025, averaging 5 points, 5.6 assists, and 4.7 rebounds over the course of 51 games. Simmons has battled injuries regularly since 2021 and never found his footing after being traded to Brooklyn from the 76ers. Over the course of 9 seasons since the Sixers made him the number 1 pick in 2016 NBA draft, Simmons missed 2 full seasons due to injury and hasn't played more than 60 games in a season since the 2018-2019 campaign. He hasn't topped 51 since the 2020-21 season. Simmons has made more than $200 million in his career and is given his difficulties staying on the court and finding consistent playing time. It's possible he's decided there's no reason to continue trying. Once thought of as a potential transformational player given his size, defensive prowess, and vision at point guard, his career never reached the heights some envisioned. Despite some rough moments, Simmons did develop into one of the best defenders of his era and was an excellent point guard despite his inability to hit outside shots. He made 3 All-Star games from 2019 to 2021, was named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team in 2020 and 21, and was named the 3rd Team All-NBA in 2020. There's a chance a team takes a flyer on Simmons with a minimum contract, but it wouldn't be surprising if he opted to retire. Listen, man, Ben Simmons, retire, bro. You're not good for the NBA. I don't think Ben Simmons benefits any of the 30 teams in the NBA. And Ben Simmons is a criminal. Ben Simmons came to the NBA for one thing, and that's to make money. I don't think Ben Simmons ever loved playing basketball. And his career reflects that. Ever since that season in the playoffs when he was on the Philadelphia 76ers and he was refusing to, take shots right next to the basket where he could easily. By the way, guys, Ben Simmons is 6'10", and in the playoffs, he refused to dunk or lay up the ball because he didn't want to get fouled and go to the free throw line because he's a shitty free throw shooter. After this, Joel Embiid, who was the leader of the team, best player on the team, arguably at the time he was the best center in the league, he publicly criticized Ben Simmons for this, as he should. And ever since then, Ben Simmons has never been the same player. He's clearly weak-minded. He's insecure. He's sensitive. He's emotional. And he carries himself like a child instead of a man. Instead of being a man and taking responsibility for him folding in that playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks, he got in his feelings, no longer wanted to play for Philadelphia because he felt like Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers, who was the head coach at the time, turned his back on him. And the guy ends up going to the Brooklyn Nets and looks like a shell of himself. Let's look at his stats, y'all. So his first season on the Philadelphia 76ers, he averaged 15 points per game, 8 assists, 8 rebounds per game. The following season, he averaged 16.9, 8.8 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, which is impressive. The following season, he had similar numbers. His last season with the Philadelphia 76ers, he averaged 14 points per game, 6.9 assists, and 7 rebounds. After that, once he got traded to Brooklyn, Ben Simmons never averaged double digits as far as points ever again. That first year on Brooklyn, he only averaged 6.9. And from there, he just pretty much averaged 6 points per game the next 3 seasons. And this last season, he got signed by the Los Angeles Clippers, where he came off the bench and only averaged 3 points per game. So it's crazy because I remember when Ben Simmons was in college, right? Everybody was comparing Ben Simmons to LeBron James. Like, everybody thought Ben Simmons was going to be the light-skinned LeBron James because he plays point guard, 6'10", extremely athletic, can get to the paint at will. And I just think Ben Simmons got in his head and lost his confidence, man. Like, you look at how he played in LSU. You look at how he played his first 3 seasons in the NBA. Even though Ben Simmons, you can't even say Ben Simmons is a bad three-point shooter because he barely even attempted three-pointers. You can't get better at something if you don't even try. Ben Simmons didn't even try to shoot the ball. And when you look at his first 3 years on the Philadelphia 76ers, he was still dominant. This guy, Ben Simmons, used to get to the paint at ease, dunking on people, making contested layups. He was always a great passer. Even right now, even though Ben Simmons is pretty much washed up at age 29, he is still a tremendous passer. He's still a great point guard. It's just, he doesn't even try to score in the paint like he used to, bro. We know you can't shoot threes. We know you're not going to shoot any three-pointers, whether you're wide open or not. But Ben Simmons ain't even aggressively getting to the paint to score 10 points per game anymore, man. And listen, man, Ben Simmons, you've made over $200 million in the NBA. You're not even 30 years old yet, bro. Retire, enjoy your money, start a family, and go do something else. Go become a actor or a model. But that's why I called him Ben Bussy Simmons, because he's a pussy. Ben Simmons is a pussy. And I think that he robbed the NBA. I think Ben Simmons will be much better off just choosing a different career, man. Because of his name, because of his status, because of, how much money he's made in the league. I think Ben Simmons could easily become an actor. I think he could easily go do some modeling or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have to play basketball, bro. If he wants to, he really could just never work another day in his life and just enjoy his money. You know what I'm saying? He could invest in real estate, and bruh, the man could just enjoy his money and just chill out. So shout out to Ben Simmons, man. I'm jealous at the fact that you made $200 million by basically, not even giving your NBA career 50%. And I think that's the sad part about all of this, guys. We never got to see Ben Simmons' his full potential. Maybe Ben Simmons could have been as good as LeBron. Maybe he could have been better than LeBron, Maybe Ben Simmons could have at least won a regular season MVP. Maybe Ben Simmons could have took a team to the NBA Finals. But we never got to see Ben Simmons' full potential because he's weak-minded, bro. Like I said, he never loved playing basketball. I think Ben Simmons' number one goal when it comes to basketball was to make money. And he achieved that. So shout out to Ben Simmons for that. With that being said, man, let me know what you guys think about this. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all leave a comment. I'm out.